This track is 6.147 kilometers long with 27 turns, 16 left-handers, and 11 right-handers, nicknamed the fastest track of the calendar as the simulated average speed is around 250 kilometers per hour or 160 miles per hour and is the second largest track of the 2021 calendar. And we're going to be here to see the first person finish their outlap, which is going to be one and only Zajman. What a way to introduce yourself to the fans and the Division 9 community. Good to have everyone here. But let's get a quick rundown of the track. So we have a very tricky Sector 1, as we did actually just see, I think someone's spun out off the track there in strong sauce.
It's strong sauce, but he needs to serve the quali ban, that's why. So he's disqualifying himself from the session.
Okay. Well, there you go. And it looks like there's actually, yep, as always, a lot of people here for Team Zajman. And someone said, have you bought the merch? I mean, hey, I would love to see that merch. Just give me a link and I'll see what I can do. But yeah, so continuing down for Zajman, entering turn 25, which is this short right hand, and then left turn 26, this long left-hander for the second DRS zone, into the final corner of turn 27. And we're gonna go on board and see how Zajman does on their lap, taking a wide line to get as much speed into this long straight, opens the rear wing, as you can see in that AlphaTauri car, and starts the lap. But as we're watching this lap, how glad are you to actually see drivers include more communities into Delta Pace Racing and like increase our publicity?
Yeah, it's good to see a lot of new people trying to adapt to our channels, and I would admit it's not so easy to get the community to drive a very clean race under specific assistance, because we all know that the Delta Pace does not have the traction control enabled. We are driving with no TC. The only assist would be the ABS and the gearbox and the racing line. However, it seems that the community is taking this seriously, and with new drivers coming in, being advised that the no traction control is not available, and yet they are doing their best to attend these racing, and they learn with a work in progress to some drivers, but also be willing to do this. It's making the community healthier and healthier. We are, I think, over 100 community members, which is a very, very good news. And the fact that we have 4 divisions, it shows a lot that there's a lot of commitment from these drivers.
Yeah, so honestly, we can never thank you guys enough back at home. But we're going to be watching Zajman as they're going to be coming across the line to set a time of a 1:30.3 in Division 3. And I'm pretty sure if Zajman gets pole position here, they're never going to stop talking about it in Division 9. But yeah, what a way to start off Saudi Arabia with a 1:30.3. But
yeah, I think he has set the bar.
It's just going to get faster.
Yeah, he has set the bar. I believe that the average laps would be around the low 129s. I think I expect a low 129, and I would expect that from drivers like Niller, Dart Assassin, Noxer, maybe. And we have already seen Yikas. Yeah. We have already seen Yikas beating my expectations there with 128.859, and he's one of the fastest drivers on the grid for the Division 3. So I'm expecting that this would be a good measurement bar for the remainder of the grid drivers.
Yeah, but I got a question to ask you. As we did see ourselves last week at Baku, Azerbaijan, do you think that track actually gave these drivers a little bit of practice here at Jeddah? Because it's pretty similar with the two tracks, it both being a street circuit, very close walls, very tight corners, and very fast areas, especially the finishing straight.
Yeah, that's
Would you
true.
think that Azerbaijan has actually given these drivers a little bit of practice for today's race?
I think the reality is that Azerbaijan gave a reality check to a lot of drivers. I believe that last week there were a couple of incidents, and maybe a little bit too much as well. But from this week, what we have learned as a community is that a lot of drivers have learned from certain mistakes and they are adapting more to the grid that they have now. So what happens is that less incidents are being in place. And what also happened was that in certain divisions, the LE division, the Division 1, the Division 2, there were much less incidents reported in this track. And this track is renowned for safety cars and incidents, and it wasn't the case. So it means that the drivers are really learning up. They took the Azerbaijan track as a good learning curve, and I think they are executing it slowly. They are executing cleaner and cleaner races week in, week out, and hopefully it shows in this division as well.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. As actually Zajman does improve on his time. They're making their way to second fastest, but still just under a second slower than the Haas driver of Yikas in first place in pole position for the time being. But yeah, we're still waiting on about half of the drivers still yet to put in. Actually, not half, around. Well, half of the drivers have not put in the time. We'll be only waiting on about 7 drivers. Is that right? No, 6 drivers. We're waiting on 6. Justin, do math. 6 drivers to put in a time. As we did see earlier, Menno F1 and Strong Sauce both be serving a quali ban here today at Saudi Arabia.
Yep, that is true, and it seems that Niller has set a time which was a 129.214. I was expecting him to do a little bit better, but it's not bad. It's good enough for P2 at the moment. I would believe that he would improve. Now that I've seen Yika's time, I would tend to put a new target lap time. I think the mid 128s would be the maximum for this division. If they beat 128.5, then it would be more of a Division 2 level. But we will need to wait and see. In the meantime, I'm just saying hello to the guys that are commenting here. Claps, who is basically XD DRSD, who has sent us his regards. There's Other Branch, Blenlow, Khatiro Hanzi. There's Andre as well. Hello, Andre. Hello guys, there's Anton the accountant. This is Division 9. Yep, we have sent our regards, so hope you're doing well. There's QTAA, again, a Zajmon fan, and Supmach as well. Thank you for the comments, guys, and let's keep this vibe going.
Yeah, honestly, we love to have good vibes. We love to meet new people, as Superma actually being a new viewer, first time chatter here, saying the commentary is GOAT status, so thank you so much for the praise. But I think you're going to be giving more praise to Zajman as always. But as we're waiting for the few drivers to finish off their quali laps, we actually have a yellow flag with PG39 on the final corner, waiting for drivers to go through before they make their way into the pit lane. So good awareness around there. And we're actually going to go on board with Daedalus has actually spun out near turn 13 and has no front wing damage, but has ruined their qualifying lap there just before the end of sector 2. And we're going to see what time they set. But Ram Ethan Haynes is going on a fast one here, using the curbs to perfection. They're not invalidating their time, but just keeping the pace and keeping a strong pace here as well. Could definitely be up for a top 5 time, but we'll soon find out as they're entering sector 3, turns 24, now 25, into the DRS zone with turn 26, the long left-hander. Let's see how he does as he hugs the wall on the left to shorten the time to get to turn 27. Goes, takes a wide line, hugs the apex, hits the curb, and is going to be making the straightaway using the ERS. That rear wing is now wide open to set a time of a 130.0, just out of top 5 actually. But still a good time to set a 130.0, only a few hundredths of a second behind.
It's only 2 hundredths of a second behind Brad Kuntz, and it would mean that the lap times would be so close to each other, and this is why we have segmented these drivers into separate divisions: the elite division, the division 1, division 2, division 3, because we pace the drivers according to their pace. So the selection criteria would be that for those who are not within the Delta Pace racing community, we usually kind of put a test to these drivers, and the test is not just there to just see their pace but also their commitment. So basically we choose 3 tracks, which usually are Brazil, Portugal and Imola. Imola is in San Marino in Italy, and we would request a qualifying time and not a time trial time, because a qualifying time is a more representative to the pace of a specific driver. And provided these times, then we would assign them to the correct division. It would show that they are committed to do it, and given that they provide the time, we would assign them to these divisions.
Well, it looks like Yikas might be making their way into Division 2, as they're currently 4/10ths up on their fastest time, could be near the 28.4s, but we're going to wait and see as they're hugging the left side of the track to make a time of a 128.3.
Yeah,
now
that's
that is
lap.
Division 2, close to Division 1 pace here at Saudi Arabia.
I would agree completely, because my best time here was a 127.9, so it's only 4.5 tenths away from my pace, and my pace is a Division 1 pace. So it's GG for him, but we might consider Ikas in the future to participate in Division 2.
Yep,
it's GG for him, it's GG.
Well, actually, it'll be a win-win-win situation at this point, because Yikas will be getting promoted to a higher skilled division, to where he will be able to test his skills, and that's a plus for him, and it'll be a plus for the people at home, because then Zajman will be going up, who are having a better chance of actually winning, with having a faster driver being promoted. So we're gonna have to wait and see, but I just love the community, but the community that Zajman has brought over. So still, much thanks to everyone that is here. But actually, as we did say, Zajman, your man is now on the track, going to be finishing their outlap. We're going to wait and see what type of time they set, and let's see. All week, actually, hold on. This actually makes a lot of sense. Listen to this. Kaka Duan says, "Hello, all Vietnam checking in. All week, people have been speaking about Zajman here. Yeah, because on Thursdays is going to be practically Zajman's day at this point when we get this type of support for him. But one thing that we do gotta say though, if I see anyone try to start anything, I'm gonna have to say a key phrase for you. And if you disagree with me, if I say something against Zajman, let's just say, as in his words, I got a little bit of ammo to shoot back at you. So I'm just saying, just beware a little bit. But Zajman is coming around the final few corners, and now turn 27, gonna be taking a wide line here as they did in the first qualifying, hugging the right side line to get as much speed and momentum as they potentially can, and is gonna be making the way to start a quali lap. And do you think that we could see some changes here, probably from TSM Elite on the track, maybe from Flames Assassin? Who do you think could be getting a last-minute change on these positions?
Well, I would expect Dart Assassin to do a little bit better, to be fair. He's currently in P5. Oh, and Kent!
Oh! What has happened there? Kent was on an outlap, and Kent did not give Zajman the move, did not move out the way to give Zajman the space for their quali lap. And now Zajman has actually gotten a 5-place grid penalty for that collision.
Yeah, that would be a definite penalty for Kent Agent. At least 5 seconds, and a warning probably.
Yeah, so that was uncalled for from Kent Agent. I bet you a lot of people are we're gonna have a little bit of a spam in the chat because of that altercation. But wow. And also we have another first-time chatter with the guy with severe issues. Hey, that makes all of us. That makes all of us here today. COVID-19 has not done us any favors. But yeah, welcome to the stream, Severe. Vamos Zajman. We have another Zajman supporter here today. But let's see. It looks like Zajman's going to be going for it again. Going to put in. Actually, no. Going to go into the pit lane.
He's gonna try to go into pits and goes instantly out again, just to try to have one hot lap. It's gonna be a little bit difficult because a usual hot lap would take 1 minute 29, and he would only have 40 seconds chance to go out and literally cut the track wherever he can in order to be able to do another hot lap just in time, because we only have 1 minute 56 seconds to go, so it's gonna be very, very tight for Zajman.
Oh, and Kent is just hitting the walls. They're struggling here today after having that altercation with Zajman. But you know, it's one thing that we could say to Kent that everyone at home would probably be happy with. Well, we're gonna be sending them back down to Division 9 after this one. But but as we just saw, as I did predict earlier, Ethan Haynes goes up to second fastest with a 129.1, and Niller up to actually went down to third with a 129.2.
Yeah, he is starting his hot lap right now, so I'm currently on board with the PR Niller, who is doing his sector 1, getting into turn 4, trying to cut the track. Not enough, but let's see how he's gonna fare in the remainder of sector 1, taking that apexes nicely and finishing sector 1 completely. And he's not improving yet, but he may be improving in the sector 2 and sector 3, going into that banker into turn 12, and he hits a little bit the wall, so it's gonna be a little bit tight for him. Let's see how the car fares. He's still turning. Ooh, and he had just spun out. So that's basically over for Niller. He's gonna wait for the drivers to pass. There's Noxer and there's XD. And he has done this very safely given the circumstances.
Yep, so that was a good rejoin of the track there. Well done to Niller, representing DPR as always, and representing them, actually representing us with high authority and respect on the track. So well done, Niller. But qualifying is now over, and we are just set for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. We're gonna go on Noxer, who is currently 10th up on their lap. He's gonna be coming across the line to set a time of a 130.7, just goes above Daedalus. But now let's see if Mosh.
Yeah, I'm currently on board with Mosher. He's finishing turn 27, braking, touching that apex, putting the full throttle, turning on the DRS. He's gonna take the shortest distance to the finish line, and he has put himself in P8. Nice stuff,
very
nice stuff.
Well done to them. And also, it looks like Darth Assassin has actually messed up Sector 1 and is currently the only driver out on track at the moment.
I think
so
he's
this
on
qualifying
his
is practically over.
Yeah, that's basically it. And I'm noticing that between P2 from Eton until P10 or even P9, they're only separated by 1 second, so they are pretty close to each other. I would say that 9 drivers are pretty close to each other in terms of the pace. Of course, there's Yikas. He's like a Max Verstappen Hamilton stuff for Yikas. So for next week, Yikas, I hope you are prepared that we are going to promote you to Division 2 for sure. And I believe there's a seat in Division 2. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, definitely for Division 2 Yikas. So GG for him, because it's quite a lap from the Portuguese guy.
Yep, well, us Portuguese, we know how to race and we know how to give respect, but we also still do know how to give the aggression and put on a good show. But Darth Assassin will be making their way into the pit lane, and I'm looking in the chat now, and Ben says that they bought his sorry teammate, but as Just Hunt said, a first-time chatter actually, so welcome in. I couldn't agree with you more there. Ben, still the race to go. Exactly. So it's not over yet, but we're gonna go down the run. We're
So
gonna go.
Zajman is practically P10, so remember that when you're doing the
Yeah. So
round.
yeah. So we're practically P10. Wait, hold on, guys. Give me a sec. Sorry, I was just talking to my brother.
That's alright. So you're
Yep.
gonna do it
But
in one breath?
yeah. Okay. One breath. Here we go. Yika takes first place, Ethan in second, Niller in third, Darth in 2004, Zachman in fifth, Canada in sixth, Brad in seventh, Mush in eighth, Flames in ninth, DRSD in 10th, Noxer in 11th, Daedalus in 12th, Elite in 13th, PJ in 14th, Menno in 15th, 16th is Strong Sauce. Both serving a quality band here today. Woo! Alright.
Alright. And remember
I
that
feel
Zajman
just.
had 5 place grid penalties, so you practically read Zajman's place wrong.
Oh, I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, that's alright, but you still did it in one breath anyway.
See, this is not the reason that I have you, but it's good to have you to know when I to just correct me when I mess up, because
No, no,
especially
it's...
last week when I messed up and tried to pronounce someone's name here in the chat.
Yeah,
It was like
happens.
something about like what's under, let's say, down there. But as we are waiting for the drivers to log in, well, not log in, what is it? Connect into the session. We're going to be waiting for the drivers to see all the cars on that starting line. A very dark day here in Saudi Arabia, as the race is always at night. But with the lights on, it's going to be a beautiful sight to see.
Yeah, should be lovely stuff.